My God, that was close. It's like a Sun Country 737-800. My Lord, that was close.
Climb.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Flight Simulator X once again as this terrible looking 40 Econoline 350 comes at us. It looked like it was like from the 80s or so. Let's zoom in a little further. Frame rate here in Cincinnati is absolutely terrible. It should clear up. It should get better as we go along. It's probably just, since it's an old, outdated Imagine Some Scenery in FSX, it really just isn't optimized well. Not to mention that, I think it's drawing in a lot of clouds, possibly. But, we're gonna muster our way through it and then get out, and I think it'll be clear on the way out. But let's hop into the cockpit and see what's going on. All right, well, welcome back to the Airbus A320 cockpit. That's what we are flying today. Delta Flight 2315 will be going from Cincinnati to Atlanta via the Bravo Whiskey Golf VOR is the transition. So we'll do the Chickle 3 to Bravo Whiskey Golf and then the Colt 1 arrival into Atlanta. This was suggested by Colton Macbeth. He was the one who suggested this flight. I said, that's not too bad. It's right there in range. It's an hour and 1 minute flight total time. We're here at gate Bravo 11, B11 right now. And we're expected to be at gate Echo 29 into Atlanta. And I plan on just using the 26 left, ILS 26 left approach into Atlanta. And then we can make a left turn and then head right there into the East Terminal. Because Echo 29 is on the north side of the airport. So that'll work out perfect for us. Flight level is going to be 350 today. And I've already got pretty much everything set up in the CDU. So let's head over and get Nicole ready and see. She's out doing the walk around now, and we'll see what's going on. Before start, checklist, please.
Windows and doors.
Closed and locked.
APU.
Set on.
APU bleed.
Set on.
External power.
Disconnected and off.
Cabin signs.
Set on.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set on.
Barrow reference.
2974.
2974. Check. Beacon lights.
Set on.
Checklist complete.
Alrighty, we're getting a little further on our departure checklist here, and we're ready to start the pushback. Flight tech to ground.
Go ahead.
ATC clearance for push and start received, so please confirm ground equipment and surfaces are clear.
Roger. Ground equipment and jetway clear. Doors closed and pin is in position. Ready to go.
Clear to start pushback. All right, we're clear to
Roger.
start the pushback.
Please release parking brake.
Let's just release the parking brake for him, like so. Parking brake released.
Okay, starting push, and you're all clear on both engines.
And now Bugs is going to push us back.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let's put the engine ignition into start mode and engine 2, please.
Starting engine 2.
I just want to get the hell out of Cincinnati. These frame rates are terrible. Sorry, Vance. They're bad here today. It's pouring down rain. It's a crappy day in Cincinnati. Alrighty.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire crew, we would like to welcome you on board the
Engine 2 is stabilized.
Your seat. We will be departing.
Alright, let's go ahead and start engine 1.
Starting number 1.
As one spools up, we will say that the voices you're hearing is from a cockpit or an Airbus Extended X, which this is, voice pack that myself and my girlfriend Nicole And my roommate Dave put together, and it is available on Avsim. All you have to do is go to
Pushback
avsim.com,
complete. Set brakes, please.
and that's Bugs. Bugs did the ground, and Zach he comes in once in a while to hand us coffees and stuff. So I think they want us to set the parking brake coming up here in a second.
Pushback complete. Set brakes, please.
Okay, there we go. So the brakes, parking brake, set. Put that back to normal.
Okay. Tow bar is disconnected and removed. All clear. Signal to the right.
All right, we're getting better frame rates now as it gets better, little by little.
Engine mode selector.
Check. Normal. Back normal.
APU bleed.
APU bleeds off.
APU master.
Set off.
Ground spoilers.
There we go.
Set. Rudder trim.
Rudder trim
Check.
sets.
Pitch
Okay.
Nose light.
Set on
Thrust levers.
as required.
Brake check.
We'll be checking that in just a second, Nicole. Hang on a second.
Press the pedal.
Check.
0.
There we have it.
Check. Auto brakes.
Max.
Takeoff data.
Review.
FCU.
Checked.
Flight instruments.
We're gonna head over to
Check.
18 left.
Check. TO config.
Set.
Checklist complete.
The little RJ just landed on. They're giving the safety briefing back there, and we're going to continue down to runway 18 left, and we'll meet up with you there. I'm not going to have you listen to the entire thing, and it's a boring taxi, so not too much longer to go. We'll make a left here on Tango. All right, I flipped on some lights here since it is storming out, so we can see a little bit, especially when we get up and get through the clouds. So we're almost to 18 left here, and then we're going to go direct to Camham intersection, which is right off the south end of the airport. So that'll work out perfect for us today. I was thinking we might have to go the opposite way and go runway 36 right. If we did 36 right, then we would have had to spin all the way back around to catch Camham. But we won't have to do that today, so that's not so bad.
Before takeoff checklist.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brake
the captain
temperature.
has advised that
Checked.
we are clear
Brake
to
fans.
R
Please
off.
ensure your
Engine
seatbelt is
mode
fastened.
selector.
Check. Normal.
TCAS.
TA and RA. Tilt above.
Exterior lights.
Set. On.
Sliding tables.
Stowed.
Stowed. Checklist complete.
All right, checklist is complete. We are pretty much clear for takeoff. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Keep an eye on the TCAS here. I'll get a little closer so we can look around. We got one airplane off to our nose there at 5,600 feet. Not going to be a factor. Nobody on final. So we've been cleared for takeoff. Runway 18 left. So let's go ahead and line up. All right, as I take the runway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the chronometer on. And one thing I'm going to let you guys know is I'm not using the flex mode for a reason that my throttle quadrant is just not calibrated perfect with this airplane, and it's not giving it enough N1 thrust. So we get a really, really, really long takeoff roll, which we don't want. So we're using max takeoff, or just takeoff GA mode. So let's go ahead and
Okay, let's go. Takeoff.
let's do it.
FMA check.
Let's
Power
do
set.
it. Power is set. That is true. I've been having some issues with the Easy Dock not working too well with this, and it's because of this little thing up here in the top left corner.
100 knots.
Checked.
It's annoying. He uses a lot of runway for absolutely no reason. Rotating. So positive brake, get up on that
Positive
green
brake.
light.
Gear up.
Gear's gonna come up.
Gear up.
No, shut up. This is why you don't use default ATC, because they're stupid. We'll hit a little bit of turbulence on the way up here. That's all right, though. Let's go ahead and get all this guys ready over here. We'll make a left turn. We can line up here onto Cammon. Shut up. I don't care. That's what's annoying about this stupid ATC module in FSX. They don't want you to do real-world procedures. That's okay.
Flaps
Still looking good there. Flaps 1, we're cleaning her up.
Flaps 1.
Let's go ahead and go autopilot.
Autopilot is on.
Check.
Oh, hello. That was interesting. Okay. Lever's going to go to climb.
Thrust.
Like so. And we're going to continue over to
Flaps up.
Camham intersection. Here we're just less than 10 miles
After
to it.
takeoff checklist, please.
We're actually on top of it. Ziegel's next, which is about 10 miles out.
Check. Normal.
All right, we're over Ziegel now. Well, we just turned off of Ziegel, and now we're headed to Chickle intersection, CHCLL. I'm wondering if it's probably pronounced a different way, but I'm going to call it Chickle, CHCLL. Part of the what I'm calling the Chickle 3 departure. They might be Charcoal, who knows? But we continue on to Chickle intersection and climb through 10,000 feet here in just a few seconds. The landing lights and all that good stuff are going to be cleaned up and turned off.
At runway 18 left, ready for takeoff. I have hard Whitbird. Delta 1379, hold short, runway 18 left, traffic is clear for final.
All right, we're leaving Chickle now and heading to Pony intersection. We just make this little small jaunt to the left, and then we're going to line up. I don't know why this is QNH 2992 is still flashing at us. We're at 2992. I went standard. Let's reset it. There it goes. Standard. It wouldn't do it for a second there. I don't know why it was. That was because my last altimeter setting was at 2992, which was standard. Yet it was like, no, pull the knob. It's like, okay. I haven't flown this in a while, so I decided to go ahead and do that. So that's not too far to Pony intersection. We're going to be climbing still to flight level 350. So we'll hit Pony and we'll make a right turn, and then we head down across Tennessee and all that good stuff. And once we get on the south side of Tennessee, we're heading to that Bravo Whiskey Golf VOR. That's when we're going to make a left turn. So this route, basically you take off, you go south, you turn to the right, and then you shoot southwest to that VOR like we're doing now, and then you cross over the VOR, then we make a left, and then we head towards Atlanta. It's just how a lot of these airways work and how the VORs, and we're using a real flight path that I got from flightaware.com. A lot of people use different like sim routes and all that different kinds of things, which is, it's all fine and dandy. I just like to do things like the real flights do. So I go to flightaware.com and I just look at the flights between the two, and then I found an A320 flight, which is Delta Flight 2315. And then what I did from there was just write down the route, the Chickle 3 BWG to Colt 1, sorry, and then flight level 350. And I know it's an hour and 1 minute flight down there, so that's where I get my information from, is flightaware.com. Alrighty, we crossed over into uniform, that VOR. And now we are headed to Skin intersection, and this is where we take that turn to Skin intersection from there in IIU or IUU. That is because if you can look on the compass heading here, we're on 240. Think of 270 as your west and 180 as your south. So you get an idea. If I go over here to the map mode and the plan mode, you can just see how far west we are shooting before we turn around and then head back. It's kind of crazy. And whenever I zoom out, we can actually see what we have done so far in the route. We come out of here, we go down Skin intersection, we turn, we're going to go to, there's our top of, let's take the top of descent down there. And then we continue, and then we make that southeast turn after BWG, and then we head into Atlanta. So it's just kind of different than what, we're normally used to. But, that's just how they do it. Alrighty, we've crossed over Skin intersection, and now we head to our top of climb and head towards Bravo Whiskey Golf. So we're at flight level 297, so 29.7 now, 29,800 feet there, getting closer to 30,000 feet. So then after that, we'll have 5,000 feet more to go. And then it's the boring part of just cruising around. But you guys won't have to worry about that. So we'll see you when we get closer to Bravo Whiskey Golf. Alrighty, we made our turn over Bravo Whiskey Golf. Still headed towards our top of climb, which seems to be a little longer and longer each time. But now we got that tailwind, so that will be nice. Let's push us a little faster down towards the south.
Traffic.
All right, we get a traffic advisory here. It's just off to our nose. There he is right there. He's going to pass right to the left of us. My God, that was close. It's like a Sun Country 737-800. My Lord, that was close.
Climb.
No, we're
Clear
fine.
of conflict.
Yeah, we're clear. We saw him the whole time. He's a little scary up here sometimes, but woo. We're good. We're fine. We're happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the map. You may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend that you keep the seatbelt fastened while you are seated, as we may encounter some unexpected turbulence.
Yeah, there's a little bit of traffic moving around up here today, so they were on a different airway than us. They're much lower than us. That's why it didn't go off. And for those of you that aren't too familiar with aviation, airplanes do fly really close to each other, sometimes 300 feet separation from them. In that case there, he was much lower than us, so he wasn't a conflict. Before the other one, the TCAS did go off because he was pretty much on the same altitude as us, but he was on a descent profile. We were supposed to climb, but we didn't have enough time in that case, so to comply with it. But regardless, it was a close call, yes. But on review, whenever I'm editing, I'd have to look and see what the actual altitude difference was. I didn't really see it. It happened so fast, and I was out, busy taking different cinematic shots of the airplane on the outside view. So, anywho, that's what's going on. We're still continuing our way towards Atlanta. And if I zoom in down here, you'll see that we've already hit our top of climb. So we're headed towards our top of descent, which is going to be just outside of Romeo Mike Golf. So not terribly too much longer. If you look at the chronometer over there, we're at 38 minutes. It's a 1 hour, 1 minute flight down to Atlanta. And it may change because of the weather. But as of what I see right here so far, not too much longer to go.
Hello, here is some coffee for you both.
Well, thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate that. Well, I had a Coca-Cola, but I think Nicole will take the coffee on that one. All right, since Zach came in here and handed us some coffee, we can have a look here, and we're just cruising along at 35,000 feet. And right there off the nose, that is our top of descent. So let's go ahead and prepare for that. We'll just knock that down to 10,000, like so. And then as soon as we cross over the top of descent and it turns that color, we can click in that, and then the airplane will begin its descent down to 10,000 feet. And we're getting closer to Romeo Mike Golf, and that's where things start getting interesting. We start our descents and start flying the Star, which is the standard arrival, into Atlanta today. All right, we're hitting some turbulence there. We just crossed over our top of descent, which we just did right there. So let's hit the 10,000 and let's start our descent down to 10,000 feet. And let's go ahead and turn on the fastest seatbelt sign. Let everybody know that things are getting crazy again. Oop, wrong button, wrong button. Nope, the other way around, Jeff. Come on. There we go. And then Dave, our flight attendant, will let everybody know they need to return back to their seats.
Captain has turned on the seatbelt.
There you have it. Or just tell them to sit down. So not too much longer. We're just going to be rocking and rolling down to RMG here, and then starting our turn there to Erlin intersection and the Colt. And Colt is part of the Colt 1 arrival, and the airport's just not too much further off of our nose. So we'll be on the ground sooner than later. Well, I say that now, like we're not going to talk until we get to the ground, but I'll just talk to you through the approach. Man, this is pretty bad. We need to add some drag. Pull the spoilers out a little bit to help the airplane slow down, as we are encountering some pretty moderate to severe turbulence here. There we go. That's helping out a lot. A little more drag they want. Okay, we'll give them more drag. We'll open those spoilers open like so, and help the airplane slow down so we don't get too fast, because we'll be down to 10,000 before you know it. Once we get down to 18,000 feet, we'll go ahead and switch our altimeter to the local setting. But right now, I mean, what a bumpy ride on into Atlanta. We have the fastest seatbelt sign on, so the passengers know that we are going to be encountering turbulence probably pretty much through this entire cloud deck here, I would imagine. So I think once we get down below that, it should smooth out for us. All right, we're sliding right along here to Erlin. Still encountering some pretty decent turbulence here. Then we're going to hit Colt, and then more to Thunder, then to Rain intersection, and that's going to... Rain intersection is up here at the very top. That's where we're going to start that left turn, and we're going to have that right downwind for runway 26 left. All right, the turbulence finally smoothed out for us, so as I figured it was probably going to be a little bumpy on the side of there, but I thought we would have to get a little bit lower before it got a little more smoother, but now it's smoothed out, so that's good for the passengers back there. They won't be so scared, and it'll make it a little bit more of a pleasant flight on arrival into Atlanta. All right, we've crossed over 18,000 feet, so let's go ahead and put our altimeter to the local setting, which is going to be 2987, so they won't be bitching at us. All right, so we crossed over Thunder, and now we're headed to Rain intersection. Now you kind of get a visualization of where we are compared to the airport. KATL, that's Atlanta right there, and 26 left is right down there with Deja, or whatever that is. You wouldn't call that intersection, that final approach fix there. We're going to hit Rain, and then we're going to go Cloud, Pores, Kimmy to Kiwi, and then make that right turn to Cat, then to I think that's DJ, or that's Deja. I can't really tell because that green light's in the way. Reason why I was showing you this is because, and here's two airplanes off to our left on the departure and arrivals as well. These are all little diamonds, are all the airplanes in the area. But you can see how the yellow airplane is not lined up perfectly on the green. And the reason for that is, if you look up here, you can see the winds are 256 and 33. So they're hitting us to the right. They're pushing the airplane to the left. So the airplane crabs into the wind by turning the nose into the wind like this way, and letting the wind just kind of drift it right along the path. It's pretty interesting, but that's how the airplane systems handle crosswinds like that. All right, almost to 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and just put this down to our final approach fix. It's going to be 2,600 feet, so 2,000, and let's do 600, 4, 5, 6, like so. We're flying over downtown Atlanta right now, still on our right downwind for the airport, which is off to our right. So we're just going to come all the way down here to Pores, and then make that right turn after Kimmy. And once we get to Kimmy, when we go to Kiwi, we make that right turn and head over to Cat. But it won't be that jarring of a turn. It'll be a nice gentle turn to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, make sure that your seat backs and tray table hoods are full upright position. Make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened and that all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath your seat or in front of you to the overhead bins. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. Thank you.
All right, there was our announcement from Dave, letting everybody know that we've started our descent, which we're just about to Kimmy now, and we're making our turn and wrap around and pick up the ILS for 26 left. All right, we're almost to Cat intersection now, dealing with some moderate turbulence still. It's really gusty coming into Atlanta. It's gonna be around like 22 knots, I think is what I saw. So we're getting ready to make the right turn to head to Deja, or whatever you want to call that, DJ, right now. So we're putting flaps 1. So we can line up onto 26 left here. But man, talk about some wind we're going to have to deal with. It's going to be crazy. Flaps 2. Flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Everything's starting to look good here. We're going to intercept the visual approach here at 2,600 feet. Wait for the lights as
Gear down.
Here's coming down now as the ILS did not get picked up, but they were calling for a visual approach, so we're doing a visual approach now to 26 left. All right, let's go ahead and silence those guys.
Checklist complete.
We come up here onto the localizer now. I've got the throttles and I've got the airplane. It's a little low. I want to be one more light up. There we go, right on glide slope. Clear land, 26 left for Delta 2315. Alrighty, little high, but that's all right. I wanted to be.
Traffic.
I'm gonna try to keep some speed up too. What the fuck traffic is happening here? God, you stupid thing.
Descent clear of descent.
I don't know. FSX just injects airplanes just randomly where it wants to, I guess. We're really high. I need to slow the frick down here. My God, dealing with all that garbage on final is never a good thing. All right, just let the airplane come down. I want to keep it a little more of a more speed to the airport than normal because we've got 14 knot winds right off to our left a little bit here, and that could get out of hand pretty quickly.
Clear of conflict.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what they're doing with this FSX AI airplanes, but they're pretty to look at, but they're annoying on approach because they don't fly SIDS and they don't fly stars. So it kind of sucks whenever you're trying to get a decent flight out of it, you know. Looking good on our approach. A little high, but that wind is really starting to ramp up a little bit more. No, actually kind of died out, didn't it? It's like 13 now. Back on the glide slope. Using my left hand on the side stick here. There's some traffic down there on that highway. We're getting better now. We're here onto the approach. Little low. Let's bring that nose up. Not too much though. We don't want a ballooner. There we are, right back onto the glide slope. Still using a lot of inputs here right now. That wind is really starting to show its face. Little low. Bring that nose up.
100.
That's all right. It's a
50.
We're fine on that. 30, 20. Bring that back a little bit. Yep. Retard. Nice. Bring them out. There we go. Nicely done.
Reverse green.
Reverse.
70 knots.
70 knots. Looking good. We don't need our auto brakes anymore. We can release the reversers like so. We have double lines. That's interesting on everything. This old Imagine Sim scenery just sucks sometimes. I tell ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. On behalf of the entire crew, I would like to thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again.
All right, we're gonna make a left turn here and double back and head over to Gate Echo 29er. Wow, that's a frame impact there. No biggie. We're just on the other side of this building here. As you can see, there's Gate Echo 36, so we're on this side and we're looking for 29. I don't know why we have double textures, but that would explain probably a problem with frame rates. Not particularly too sure why it's doing that, but it is, so oh well. All right, let's turn in here to the Terminal E and look for Gate 29. Looking good with the green light. There's yellow, means we're gonna be slowing down soon. Little closer. Little closer. Come on. There, getting closer. Almost to red. Little closer. Come on, Delta Park. There it is, right there on the red. All right. Parking brake set. All right, let's go ahead and shut her down.
Parking checklist.
Parking brake and shocks.
Chocks are set. Parking brake released.
Engine master.
Both are off.
Seat belt signs.
Set off.
Beacon lights.
Set off.
Exterior lights.
Set off.
Anti-ice.
Are off.
Fuel pumps.
Set off.
It's complete.
Alrighty, we've completed our flight from from Cincinnati to Atlanta and Colton. I hope it was everything that you thought it could be and more. And once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this flight. And we'll see you again soon. Probably not in the A320. We'll probably be in the 737 next time is what I plan to do. But before we do jump to that Friday, I plan on releasing a video just showing you guys that have the Airbus like I do and want to know how to use an MCDU. And Larry, I'm talking about you. I will go ahead and release that on Friday, just how I set this flight up on the CDU. So simple as simple. Once again, guys, thanks again. Hit the like button if you love the Fly With Me series. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys later on a future flight.